What's going on, people? Rainbow Map here, and today we're going to talk about Israel Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz. So let's get right into this one. So, a lot of times we see Virgil Ortiz leading with that body shot, right? And he leans forward right here, he puts all his power on it, and then he gets stuck for a split second on that front foot. And then what you saw with Mean Machine was he always countered, or he always timed the liver shot of Virgil Ortiz with a jab. So whenever Virgil got stuck on that front foot, boom, he would either time it with the jab or with the right hand. In that particular example, Virgil was able to get out of the center line on time. And then on this one, I should say, he's going to throw a body shot, gets caught with a catch and shoot uppercut, and then he got stunned right here. So you just got to be careful with throwing a body shot. He has to throw it with a little less predictability, because a lot of times he would set that up with a forward lean, and then he would load up with a liver shot, and then he would get caught, or he would get caught with a catch and shoot counter from his opponent. So that's something that he has to be careful about, because Madrimov, one of the most underrated aspects of Madrimov style is the catch and shoot. So he likes to catch, whether it might be on the head or on the body, he likes to catch a shot there, and then he counters with the same side. So that's going to be a good tool for him to use against someone like Virgil Ortiz, who gets stuck on the front leg a lot of times. So the next thing we'll see with Virgil Ortiz is that chopping right hand. He's really good at that, especially with landing it on the cheek of his opponent and then setting it up with either a jab to the body or a jab to the head. So as you can see here, he would throw one jab to the body and then a second jab, and then he would throw that right hand afterwards, okay? And this is going to be a great tool against Madrimov, because Madrimov likes to blade a lot whenever he would defend the right hand. He doesn't have the most solid, or he doesn't have the most solid shoulder roll either. And so Virgil Ortiz can easily come over the top of that low lead hand of Israel Madrimov, and he can definitely land that chopping right. So this is something that now Israel Madrimov has to be careful about when it comes to fighting someone like Virgil Ortiz. He's got a very quick chopping right, very explosive as well. Now, on the other hand, what we see a lot with Virgil is that pushing jab. And whenever he does this, he likes to overcommit on that jab. He doesn't pull it back to guard on time. And because of that, he gets countered with an overhand right of his opponent. So as you can see here, he's going to throw a pushing jab, doesn't retract it on time because he pushes it, right? He follows it through. And because of that, he got caught right there with an overhand right from his opponent. Same thing here. Again, pushing jab right there. And it's borderline like a flicker jab slash pushing jab. But either way, he doesn't pull it back to guard on time. And because of that, he gets countered with the overhand right. That's something that, again, he has to be careful about when it comes to fighting Madrimov, because Madrimov has that solid chopping right over the top. Very sneaky as well, because his hands are never in the same spot, right? Sometimes his hands are down, sometimes his hands are up, and so he likes to throw that overhand counter from multiple positions. So just be a little more careful with the pushing jab, and Virgil Ortiz should be good. So now we'll see that jab and slip move of Virgil Ortiz. What you'll see a lot with him is he'll first start with a jab. Let's slow this shit down because I'm currently playing it in normal speed. Okay, so as you can see here, he likes to throw the jab first, and then he would slip. So jab first and then slip. Same thing here, or this is another example. Jab here and then slip. Boom, jab and slip. He ducked down right there. And then again, same thing here. He would jab, and then he would slip. And the reason why he does that is because he likes to have that tiny pause between the jab and the right hand. So he would throw a jab, slip, and then a cross as he's coming up. So he likes to jab, slip, and then throw that right hand after that. So there's a tiny pause. There's a tiny bit of twist when it comes to his 1-2 or the timing of his 1-2. So he would jab, slip, and then throw the cross. Something to be wary of as well, because on that slip, Madrimov is really good at timing you with your head movement. So if he notices that you are moving your head a certain way, he would take advantage of that by positioning or by timing his punches based on your rhythm and based on your defensive patterns. And so this is going to be something that, or a habit that Madrimov can take advantage of as well. And finally, we're going to see that shifting cross by Virgil Ortiz a lot of times because he likes to put all his weight on that right hand a lot of times, so he squares up. So a lot of times you also see this move with Madrimov. Only difference is Madrimov kind of steps out on time because he's got those tricky angles, and then you also see this a lot with Golovkin. When he used to fight in his prime, he would throw the right hand and then he would switch, or he would shift to a more squared stance. So that's the same thing here. He would throw a right hand, he would square up, boom, he gets countered right there while he was squared up. Bad position right there. That's one of the most weak, or that's one of the weakest position to be in whenever you're squared up, shoulder width apart. So you have to avoid that at all times. Now in this particular one, he was able to duck down, so that was a great job on his part to throw the right hand and then duck down on time, get out on time. And that's going to be a crucial move that he has to be careful of, because Madrimov has great footwork, great backward movement, and so if he tries this particular move, he might get timed, but I do know that he has been improving himself. I am aware of that. Now let's get into my prediction. This is a really close fight, man, and it's a great clash of styles. You got Virgil Ortiz, who's pretty fundamental, pretty basic, but he's really good at what he does. He's really quick, really explosive combinations. And then you got Madrimov, who's unorthodox, really flashy, a lot of footwork, a lot of jerky movements as well, which may give Virgil some problems. So this is a close fight. Now, I don't see anyone getting knocked out in this fight. First of all, I think Madrimov walks around super big. He's way bigger than Virgil Ortiz. Just look at the fight with Terence Crawford. His legs are huge, his upper back is huge. This is just way bigger. Okay, and so he might get hurt or he might have moments where he gets hurt. He might be hit a couple of times, but I don't see him going down from Virgil Ortiz. Same thing for Virgil. Even though Madrimov is bigger, I don't see him getting knocked out either. I'm gonna give it a slight edge to Madrimov via decision on this one, simply because I haven't really seen Virgil deal well with guys who can create angles on him, with guys who can counter his combinations, and with guys who can recognize his patterns and then use that against him. And Mean Machine did a pretty good job of displaying that. The only difference is he didn't really have the trickery. He didn't have enough trickery to give Ortiz mental problems or confidence problems. So as the time went on, or as the rounds went on, the confidence of Virgil Ortiz grew, and because of that, he was able to turn the fight around and then knock out Mean Machine. But for this fight, I'm gonna give a slight edge to Madrimov via split decision. So that would be my pick. I think his footwork will prevail, his sneaky shots will prevail, and he will be able to withstand the combinations of Ortiz. Plus, Ortiz has had some issues with his health and his sickness, his pre-fight problems as well with his gut, and a lot of things as well. So that might play a factor too before the fight. I don't think he has, or I don't think his recovery skills are good as well. So let's see how that plays out. But for now, I'm going with Madrimov via split decision. So that was it. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys soon.